So I'm going to show you how to teach a dog to stop barking in a crate. So just give me 1 second. I'm just going to pause this so I can set it up on the tripod. So I have a blanket here. Now ideally we would want either like a piece of plywood, I would suggest, or even a piece of cardboard on top of the crate. However, you want to make sure that it overlaps the crate at least 2 inches all the way around the top of the crate, because we're going to drape the blanket. Whenever he barks, we're going to drape the blanket over. By having something on the top, it will help prevent the dog from pulling it through the wire crate. So just understand that I will have something on top of it. No. Good. So he barks, we say no, and we cover the crate. As long as he's quiet for like 5 seconds. No. Good. As long as he's quiet for 5 seconds, then the blanket gets pulled up. So think of it this way. No. Good. So think of it this way. His correction for barking is he doesn't get to see what's going on. His reward for stopping the barking, his reward is now you get to see. The only thing is that I would suggest, because of where the crate is positioned, I would probably want a blanket that's going to cover all 4 sides. This is a very small blanket. It's what I have to work with. So that's why I would suggest having a bigger blanket if possible. So earlier, before I started the video, he went in there and I threw a treat in like I had done yesterday with the crate. I told him to go crate. He goes in there. He ate the treat. As he eats the treat, when he goes in the crate, I mark it with yes, and then I close the door. He drank some water, and then I went to the back of the crate, and I was feeding him treats at the back of the crate. Never treat him at the front of the crate, because we don't want the dog to think that when we put the dog in the crate that they can come towards the front. We want them to the back. That will just prevent the dog from trying to rush out of the crate. So he's being really good right now. No, I spoke too soon. Good. Now, as far as like whining goes, no. Good. And as far as whining goes, I don't believe that dogs know that they're whining. And that's from, no. Good. and that's coming from other experts. So the whining, I wouldn't really worry about that so much. It's the barking that we want to correct. So he's being really good right now. So this is when I'm going to take him out. I wouldn't take him out if he was barking. If he was barking and I took him out at that point, that's a reward. No pawing at the crate either. So that's why I corrected him. His nose, he's already pushing it out with his nose. No. So I closed the door because he brought his nose past the boundary, which is the crate. No. Good. No. No. Good. Yes. So I'm going to mark it with yes because he sat. He didn't jump up on me. He sat, which I'm going to mark. Yes. Free. Yes. Yes. So I'm marking the duration that he's in this position. Yes. 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 So you couldn't see it. Free! You couldn't see it, but somebody came through the lobby door over there. And he eyeballed, he looked right at the person, but he never got up out of the sit. That is part of working with him around distractions. It's the height of the distraction, which is when you want to mark yes. The second that he noticed the distraction, which was the person coming in, he could have got right up and ran to the person if he wanted to, but he didn't. He remained in the sit. He looked, but he never got out of the position. And this is where I think a lot of people miss those opportunities to, and I missed that opportunity that he said, yes. Miss those opportunities of when the dog notices the distraction and they don't move. They don't get up out of the sit, yes. So, yeah, you heard him, but you didn't get up. Free, oh boy. So, that's important as you progress in the training, that you recognize, you are aware of what your dog is looking at, the distractions, and rewarding, marking that behavior while the dog is doing it in the presence of those distractions, yes. So I'm still working on his duration right now. But we're on a very short leash, free. We're on a very short leash. He's not getting much leash at all. Yes. This way I can control him. If he was way out in front of me, it'd be harder. Okay, if he had 4 feet of leash, yes. So I'm just gonna reward this. Free. Good job, buddy. Good boy. Alright. You ready? So, I'm not gonna work on sit right now. I'm gonna work on down. So I'll get the treats out. I didn't reward him for the sit. We're working on the down right now. Down. Yes. So notice that I put a little bit of leash pressure. There, it's right there on the floor there, buddy. There you go. Yes. So I put a little bit of leash pressure as I'm bringing him into the down position. And when I say leash pressure, yes, I like that position. That's more of a settled position. He's getting comfortable. He's settling right in. I like this. Yes. This position here, when they lay on their hip, they're less inclined to pop up very quickly. Yes. They're less inclined to pop up very quickly. So here it takes them a little bit more effort. Free. Good boy. Oh, yeah, good job. I know. So that's a sit. I mean, that's a down going from a sit. And like I said, we give a very little bit of leash pressure in a downward motion. He's got to get used to leash pressure. He needs to yield to the leash. Eventually, we want to be able to just be in a standing position and tell the dog to down, and they should just go into a down without us bending over, without us pointing to the ground. So I'm going to tell him the command first, then I'm going to do the hand signal. Down. Yes. Yes. And notice I'm dropping the treats on the ground. Yes, I'm not handing him the treats in this position. Free. And the reason for that is because I want him to think that it's the ground that's popping these treats up. Believe it or not, that's how dogs think. I want them to think that it's the ground that's popping the treats up, not coming from my hand, because eventually you want to have this dog in a down and be able to walk away. But if they're so used to having that treat come from the hand, then they may be more inclined to follow you because this is going with you. So now let's do a down from a standing position. I'm going to get him up into a stand. Down. Yes. Good job. Yes. Oh. So he got up before I could release him. Down. Yes. 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 I like that he's back in that settled position again. Free. Good job, buddy. Good boy. Oh man, that was a good job. So when I'm getting him into a down position from a standing, I'm actually giving slight leash pressure towards the back, towards his back end. And my hand is coming slightly under, like moving in towards him. This way he is using his body like an accordion. I know, right? So let's see if we can do it again so you can see. 3. So it kind of goes, when you get them into from a down to a stand, it's kind of going this way, towards the back. Okay? Good job, Poppers. Good boy. Oh, that was such a good job. That was so good. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. So let's see if we can get him to play a little bit. We'll work on that out command. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Look at that. Oh, what a good boy. Oh, what a good job. Yes. Good boy. Good boy. Oh, that's a good Poppers. That's a good boy. Yes, that's a good boy. Well, get it. You can do it. There you go. Yay! Yes. Yes. So remember what I mentioned in yesterday's video is that we put our hands on the outside of the ball near his mouth. We do this so that he doesn't get the fingers. And we just wait for him to release it out of his mouth. As soon as he releases it, you mark it and then toss the ball, and that's his reward. You can do it. Go under there. You can get it. Go ahead. I know. How are you going to get it? You can crawl under there. Look at it right there. There you go. Get it. All right. Okay. Very good.